on insurance benefits. When it comes to the funeral cover, actually, do we have a specific number of the people who will be the beneficiary to this cover, or it's only the individual person with the account?
Only that person, the principal, the account holder, enjoys the cover. However, he can appoint beneficiaries. See, on the application form, we ask for beneficiaries. We ask, is it your wife, is it your daughter, is it your mom that's going to be the beneficiary? We are working for additional benefits. That'll be phase 2. We will be able to cover the extended family. Okay, but that's not in place yet. But what we will typically do is we will send out an SMS and say, listen sir, you've been a good client, you qualify, would you like to add more people? Press 1 for yes, press 2 for no. Whoops, please enter your PIN. And everything is going to be communicated via the app. Mm-hmm. Also bear in mind, the client's mobile number is his account number, and that also gives us the opportunity to communicate with the Kingdom Global clients. We can ring fence them and we can communicate with them now and spreading the word of God, or a message for the day, or listen, we have to get together, because once your mobile number is your account number, you're not going to change that. It's very unlikely you're going to change that. So can you think about the possibilities that we are of spreading the word here, with SMS and WhatsApp and stuff like that. All right, so let's have a look at the Money 24/7 Flex card. It can be used within South African borders and any foreign country. So that makes it very powerful. Clients can use their Money 24/7 FlexPay card at any ATM to withdraw cash. We'll talk about how we get cash into the...
Can I quickly interrupt? Any ATM to withdraw cash?
Yes.
I know there's a certain fee you must pay.
Yes.
Is it the same here?
Yeah, they call it SASwitch. We all know what the SASwitch is, but all they make it's a central switching system, or whatever it goes. So you've got your SASwitch fees. We'll talk a little bit later about how to get cash out of the system the most effective way, or the most cost-effective way to do so. Okay, that's a good question. You can make deposits because Mercantile doesn't have a branch on every corner. So how do you get money into your account? And we'll get to that shortly. You can also swipe out at certain retailers. In other words, you don't have to go to an ATM, because to go to an ATM is expensive, I can promise you that. So you have to manage your money and save some money there. We already spoke about the 3 additional cards. So this is the whole mind map, if I can call it that. Let's say, for instance, that is your wallet. That is your Money 24/7 wallet in the cloud. So how do you get money into that? So money in, you can take cash, you can go to Pick n Pay, Boxer, Shoprite, and you can give them the cash, and there's a prefix. I'll show you now what the prefix is, and they call it the pay at store. So you go and you say, listen, I want to pay Money 24/7. They also give you a slip right there, and then more or less the next day. Remember, their system has to reconcile with our system. They push the money into the bank account, and you'll get an SMS as soon as the money is available in your wallet. Okay. Can I do an EFT into my wallet? Yes, you can. You can go on to any bank that you currently bank with. You create it as a beneficiary, and you're going to pay it to Mercantile Bank. Your deposit reference is going to be what?
Cell number.
Your cell phone number. The moment the money hits Mercantile Bank, it will push it to your wallet, and there you go. Any questions on how to get money into your account? Right, how do I get money out? I can go and swipe. I can buy stuff. I can go to an ATM, remember the SASwitch fees, and I can also swipe out, let's call it cash out, at Pick n Pay and Checkers. There's still a fee. There's always a fee. They're not going to do it for free. There's always a fee, handling fee.
Sure.
But it's much more affordable than going to the ATM and taking it out there. Any ATM in the world, and that's it. I can also pay, like I mentioned earlier, I can also pay beneficiaries. I can create beneficiaries, I can pay them via star 120, or I can log in onto my banking platform. I can create Hugo as a beneficiary, Kingdom Global Church, I want to make my donation for the month. Whoops, there it goes. Fully functional bank account. One trick that I just want to mention here. Let's say, for instance, that is my wallet, and here's my card. When we capture this, I have to tell the system how much money it must push. We call it an auto load function. So I must tell the system, if the money hits my bank account, how much must go to my card? So mine is put at 0. So the money stays there, and I load my card as and when it is needed. Some clients say, no, I want 50-50. I want 50%, because the money hits the system, it goes to your card straight away, instantly. And that is something that I find the clients struggle a little bit about. But, you know, there's reinforcement, and that is why we have agents on the ground. We've got one guy, he's got a container there in KwaZulu-Natal. He's the banker. Everybody goes to him, and he explains to them, listen, this is how it works, this is how it works. So he's actually the private banker there. Any questions about how to get money in or money out?
Just repeat again on money in cash deposit. How do you deposit it? What do you tell these people?
Okay. Good question. In your starter pack, in this envelope, all the instructions are there. You get a letter like this. It will tell you you can go to this and this place, and there's a reference number. You will also get, when we open the wallet, you'll get an SMS number with a deposit reference number. So all that it is basically there's a prefix, I'll show you now, followed by your mobile number. So the lady will punch it in, she will ask you, sir, how much do you want to pay? You say 500 Rand. She'll type it in, turn the screen around, it'll show money 24/7 with your name. You say yes, pay it,
using that reference number.
and you get a slip with your name on it. They'll give you a little slip, it looks like this. You can send it around. Just get it over here.
Just while Gustav's doing that, when you pay money in the checkers or Pick n Pay or Boxers, don't tell them I'm paying into my bank account, I'm depositing money into my bank account, because then they don't know what to do. For them, you're paying an account. They think you're paying someone else.
TV
So
license.
just say, I want to pay to this account, I want to pay this at the pay at. And pay at is the service that they understand. It's something worth knowing.
I'm going to send a couple of documents around. This one is the series of SMSs that you will receive. So the system has been programmed. The moment this wallet is being activated, you'll get SMS number 1. Tip, tip. Congratulations, this is your username and password. And from there you'll get SMSs, terms and conditions. You can send that around as well.
Yeah, Gustav, sorry, I actually went there myself yesterday to check and did it, and it was very easy.
Yeah.
They didn't ask me anything, I just said pay at account, and it was sorted out.
Thank you for that.
The first time I went in, the lady chased me away. I said, listen, I want to make a deposit. She said, listen, this is not a bank. You want to make a payment? I said, yeah, just let me make a payment. It's like paying your TV license or paying your whatever. It's a pay at service.
Yes.
So we partnered with all these big stores, retail stores, and that is Pep stores and all those guys. Included in the starter pack, I'll also send this around, is a salary instruction form. So if you want your employer to pay your salary into this form, you just fill it in and you give that to your employer, and from then your money will be paid into that. I'm going to send this welcome letter around as well, terms and conditions, and obviously the card will be fixed there. I'll just send that around. Also included in the starter pack is the terms and conditions. I think you will appreciate that in terms of the insurance product, the waiting period, FSP numbers, where to claim, where to complain. Everything is included in the starter pack. Because we are working in a certain type of market, we cannot post policy documents. I think you can appreciate that. You know, we give everything the client needs right there and then to them, and they can use this.
And then Gustav, just the last question from my side. the man that you all don't like, tax.
Yes.
If you pay money into your account, how much do you get taxed on? Does it depend on the amount, or how does that work?
Okay, that's a good question. Remember, tax is everybody's own responsibility. Okay, so usually if you've got an employer, he's got to deduct pay as you earn. So most probably it would have been deducted already, and the money that would end up in your account is after pay as you earn and UIF and stuff like that. If you're a business person or an entrepreneur, that's between you and SARS.
Thank you.
I think also where Robert's coming from, he's going to be an agent for Kingdom Global now.
Yes.
And so he's working for himself. So the answer is really you get someone that can do your taxes, and it's not something that's handled by the system.
Yeah. So at the end of the financial year, at the end of the financial year, you will declare. SARS will say, okay, you have to submit your income. So listen, I earn 2 million rand from Money 24/7. SARS is going to say, okay, you've got to pay me this, and you pay it over to you.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
And actually, when it comes to tax, anybody, because if this is similar as operating as the bank, for instance, one of the, because we can see some similarities here. Our money that we put in the bank is untaxable, because it is understood that by the time you are putting in the bank, your money has already been taxed. So actually, that is your money to spend.
Yeah.
So what is going to be taxed is Money 24, because now Money 24, the money that we put in that account, it becomes the proceed for Money 24. So the Money 24 will be taxed on our money, because that is the business. Actually, they look at it as a business from your aspect, because you are going to be paying tax to the government, right?
Remember, Money 24/7 is a company. It's a P2Y.
Yes.
So we are registered for VAT,
But
and we are registered for company tax.
yes.
So on the profits that we make, luckily not on all the money that's going through our bank account, because that's not our money.
Yes.
We get taxed on the profits that we make.
Yes. From
Okay,
that.
yeah, we pay tax on that. We've got auditors, they audit us, and we pay our tax. What I'm saying is, this money is the same as the money under your mattress.
Yes.
Most of our clients are going to earn 2 or 3 or 4,000 rand per month, which is way below the tax limit. I think up until about 6,500 rand. Help me out here.
72. Okay, then that's company.
Yeah, individuals, I think it's about 6.5. You don't pay any tax at all.
Yeah.
So you don't need to worry about that. But like I say, if you earn like R1 million, it's between you and your conscience and SARS to sort that out. We're not going to get involved in that. Okay. Right, let's have a look at account access. How can clients access their bank accounts? Let's do a quick demonstration. I'm going to send money over to Christo. Christo, just turn on your phone then. So he can use the Star 120 platform. As you klank aan doen, okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dial that number. The first time you activate your account, you log into this, you dial this number, you have to have airtime. That's very important to know. No data. This works with airtime. Okay. So let's see if I can pay money over to Christo 100,000 quickly, and let's see how it goes. Money.
Taxable.
2.7. Yeah. Okay. Let's do an experiment here. Okay, I've already got it on my speed dial, so I just dial Star 120, then it says USSD code running, right? It asks for my PIN. Send. Okay. What would you like to do? It gives me a whole menu. I'm going to say, listen, I want to pay Money 24/7 recipient. That's option number 2. Send. Christo, give me your number.
082
082
770
770
1382.
1382. We'll put it on my right. Send. Okay. It tells me my balance, how much I've got there. I'm going to transfer 100,000 rand. There we go. Send. Want to confirm, send.
That is.
Just give your phone, please.
Instantly.
Just
Can I give you
For
my
free.
phone number?
first sign up. Sign up.
Sign you up first.
You received.
Instantly. How long did that take? 3 seconds? And that's the same. If I want to pay you or my employees, blink of an eye and the money is there.
And that could be Gogo in Malawi,
Yeah.
who just got the money when she needed
Money
it.
is right there. If I want to load my card, same story. I can do it USSD, or I can log onto the internet and I can do that. When people see this, just think about the possibilities. You've got this farming community. Kingdom Global is going to become involved, and I know about those initiatives with Hope. You've got a farming community there. They're all miles from town.
Yeah.
How can they transact with each other? Listen, I want to come and buy from you. I want to buy 2 chickens. Okay? Store 120. What's a chicken? 50 bucks. 100 rand. Take the chickens and there I go. Easy
Yeah.
as that.
Yeah.
Huh? How convenient is that? Okay. So I told you I'm going to show you some mind-blowing stuff here today. Right. So, or you can log onto the internet. We can do that now. We've got a mobile app. So it's on my phone. You just go to money20%.www and there's my. There's a little icon. We'll show you how to do it. You tap on that. You log in and you can transact. Apart from the USSD, remember it's 2 types of technology. This is the smartphone application and the other one is the USSD. You can also access your account in store by swiping your card, any ATM International, and you already saw the starter pack, what that includes. The starter pack includes all the information that you need. Okay, so show me the money. So what does it cost? We already said it's a once-off 150 Rand. I can tell you most of my clients didn't even blink an eye when I told them. You know, because you must also target your people. A person that has been robbed once or twice is not going to even bother about that because it's much safer. So they give you the 150, and if you explain where it goes, it's for the starter pack, it's for the letter, it's for this and that, then they don't have a problem. Right, so the client goes and he pays the money like we said. He's going to pay it into his own account. We open the account. It's not going into my account or to Money27. It's going into his own account. Once he sees that, I send that little slip around. It says there, Gustav Kriel, 300 bucks. Or you can do a EFT in. We already spoke about this. What is the cost for the second card? Once off, what is the
second one?
the second card?
79.
Right, so the monthly cost for this card is 79 Rand. It includes all those benefits that we discussed. Issuing a second card is 75 and 59 Rand per month.
Sorry, Gustav, I just want to confirm.
Yes.
150 for the car.
Yes.
Then your monthly cost on that 150 is how much? 79.
Yes. So if he joins now, say it's today's the what is it, the 3rd or whatever. On the 1st, the 1st of next month, 79 Rand will be the first
Every
money that
month.
goes into that account. 79 Rand will be taken out automatically
Okay. Every month?
every month.
Every month.
Every month.
Doesn't matter the amount of money which goes through that account.
79
So
Rand.
if there goes 3 million through that account, 79 Rand.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
So it will be a lot cheaper than on bank fees actually.
Yeah.
Of course, that's your bank fees. Am I correct?
Just remember, you still have
Yeah, and insurance.
yeah, insurance. You still
Yeah.
have some transaction fees because MasterCard is not going to do anything for free. I can promise you that. So each time you swipe, and that is also included in your starter pack, what it'll cost you to swipe each time, etc., etc. So there is a cost involved, but we find that this is quite a good solution. It's quite an affordable solution for our clients. Okay, so let's just run through the whole concept again. We are going to see a farming community, a Kingdom Global farming community. Step 1, the client completes an application form. Step number 2,
Sorry, that is the farmer.
No. I'm talking about the end user, the client.
Okay.
The
Yeah, the
client.
client.
The farmer already got one.
Okay.
We already signed him up.
Okay.
The employer, we already signed him up. So now we train an agent on the farm. Let's say that's Christo for practical purposes. Christo says, okay, please complete the application form for me. They fill it in, they bring it to Christo. Christo captures everything onto the internet. The moment he presses the button, his account is open. It takes less than 5 minutes. We need that application form because the client needs to sign that because it contains the terms and conditions for the funeral cover, etc. Okay? So how do we get the documents to Money 24/7? All that we do is the agent, we train them, they take a picture of the document, send it via WhatsApp. We need a copy of his ID or asylum document or valid passport. Take a picture, send it via WhatsApp. That's the easiest way to upload it to the server. Cheap and easy. We also need a picture of the person holding his ID card next to his face, on his face. Why do we need that?
Just to see, to make sure that that's the right person.
Person was still kicking when we gave him funeral cover, just to make sure, you know, for underwriting purposes. So that's being uploaded into the server or WhatsApp. There's at Money 24/7 head office, these things are being captured, and the FICA documents obviously is also important. What do we need in terms of FICA? We need proof of res. Okay, so that's a lease agreement, utility account, or a letter from the councillor, or an affidavit. We also have templates in here, so you can go to a police station and say, listen, I swear hereby that I stay at this address. That's acceptable. So we've got 2 levels of FICA. We can have a look at that now. All right, so Christo captures the client. He gets the SMSs. You saw the SMSs there. That's what we need. Step number 2. The client goes to one of these Boxer Pick and Pay ShopRite stores, the Pay At, we call it the Pay At, or he can do an EFT and he pays his 150 Rand. What I always tell my clients is don't only pay in 150 Rand because 150 goes in and 150 goes out. So now there's 0. So this client is so excited, now he wants to go and buy something. He wants to go and swipe his card, he wants to show the girlfriend, check his out.
Wow.
So tell the client, put in say 300 Rand or whatever the case may be. So 150 goes in, or 300 goes in, 150 goes out at least, then he's got a balance of whatever. Then he can buy airtime or swipe or buy something or whatever. Okay. Step number 3, the client comes back to the agent, Christo is sitting there, he brings back his little slip, he says, Christo, here's my proof of payment. The next thing Christo does is we'll show you on the system, there's a unique number on this envelope. You can have a look there. And we just link that unique MasterCard number to his existing wallet. Voila, and the client can go and transact. What we usually do is we set up these little hot dog stands very close to one of these payment points, you know, like the Checkers and the Pick and Pay. So it's easy. The guy comes here, he applies, he pays, and he comes back, and there you go. So it takes less than the whole process, half an hour. So if a person is not close where he can make a deposit, then that, you know, then because we don't want the agents to take the cash for obvious reasons, you know.
Yeah, sure.
I've got 500 Rand in my pocket, and I walk past the sweet store, and then you know. So I'm going to spend it there. I'm not going to bore you with these details. This comes, you know, client starter pack. We've already covered that. He immediately gets his card and his PIN, terms and conditions. Everything is included. The protection plan, what is included, etc., and also the employer bank account details. FICA. This is important. I think we just need to spend a bit of time here. FICA status: 1 copy of ID, passport or passport, valid passport, plus proof of address not older than 3 months. Yeah, so if the guy is in South Africa legally or illegally, that's irrelevant. You know, as long as he's got a valid passport, we can open an account for that person. Right, transactions up to 50,000 Rand per month allowed, and maximum 5,000 Rand per day. All clients need to be FICA. That's a law. We cannot get past that. If we are going to roll this out in other countries, this product is scalable. We can roll it out to other countries. then we will have to comply with those local regulations and laws in that country. Okay, we talked about this. Easiest way is to upload it via WhatsApp. Okay, so now the clients ask us, where are your offices? I want to go to a branch. Now, we said like Airbnb and so on. We are not in the brick and mortar business. We do not have a branch on each and every corner. Because why not? You think those offices are for free? The new buzzword is decentralized. We are taking the bank. You are becoming the bank. You are becoming the bank. You are taking the bank to the people. So you can always send the please call me. You can email. You can send a WhatsApp. You can interact on Facebook with us, or you can call. So there are many ways that you can communicate with Money 24/7 head office. That's Valentine. She's also one of my agents. That's also Nel Marpius. I think you'll recognize the area there. This is Joseph. He is based in Hebron. I don't know if you know where Hebron is. I come from Brits, so Hebron is also, close to that. And yeah, he signs up the clients there. Some of them have a little spaza shop or a hot dog stand, and they become the bank. They sign up the clients right there and then. Most of these agents sign up between 8 to 10 per week. Now imagine, we talked about unemployment. Now, if this guy can render a service and also, instead of being unemployed, help other people, why not? I think that's a win-win. We are empowering people. We said we are passionate about that. Any questions?
What's his benefit? This guy that is helping the people.
Thomas and
Joseph.
Joseph.
Yeah, Joseph. What is the benefit for them?
For him.
For him.
Him who's helping other people.
He becomes an agent, so he will become part of the Kingdom Global Enterprises network, and they have a fee structure or a commission structure that will be paid to that specific agent. So there are certain levels, and I'm not going to go into details about that, but obviously a part goes to Kingdom Global, as we said, because that money is being used to help other people, train other people, empower them. If we're talking about the farming initiative, things will need to be done there. Implements will need to be bought, and seed and stuff like that.
Yes. We don't need any motivation to make money. We understand that it's needed. When we go to Pick n Pay, we also have to pay for our groceries. Specifically, to give some examples, I don't know whether you want to do it, Krista. We've got a few different models of how commissions will be paid, what can be done to the individual agents, and so on. I don't know whether you want to answer the models that we are looking at.
Yes, just maybe the easiest is to start at the agent level. Robert's coming in as an agent for an example now, but basically an agent can work him up like we said earlier on. An agent will get 30 Rand, if I remember right, once off for each new client he signs up. Once he's got 100 accounts open, he can apply, or he can move up to an agency level. Then he can have his own agency with a little bit more. And remember, there's not a lot of money, it's small amounts, because we don't want to overcharge the client. So
let's give an example just to help the people get traction on the amounts. Like ASAP goes to Tembisa tomorrow and he starts to sign up people. He signs up one person. How much does he make once off and monthly?
30 Rand right there on the spot. And the beauty of that is, with what I like about Money 24/7, and I'm speaking from experience, we've been involved with different companies before.
Yes.
Where you wait weeks for your commission. With this one, we've shown the client last week when the money landed in his account, the commission was already paid over to him.
So ASAP, you sign up the guy, he goes to ShopRite and pays 150. Immediately you get 30 Rand. So you sign up 10 people a day, 300 a day. At 20 working days, let's say, that's 6,000 right there. And that's still, if you sign up, if you sign up 30 people a day, it will be 900. that you make a day. You work 20 working days, that's 18,000 that you've made. Just like that. Now, you start off as agent, then you go to the next level that Christo will explain. Then you have agents and you get something from each agent. It's a once-off, but for every month also, you also make something. So if we look at this one, Christo, ASAP sold the client signed up, he got 30 Rand once off, and then every month from that client he will get?
On the agent level,
On the
currently
agent level.
we just have a once-off.
Okay.
Because what we found was, the minute the person starts earning 1,000 or 2,000 Rand per month recurring, they stop working.
They stop working.
And we want
Okay.
them to continue. So on the next level, when he's got his own agency,
Which once again is when he has 100, when you have signed up 100 people, is that right?
100 people.
So you sign up your first 100, then you can become an agent.
then he's an agency. Then
Yeah,
you
the
can
agency.
employ different agents. And remember, each agent also what we call is runners. You can have people spreading the word, and for each person you bring along, you can take from that 30 Rand and give him 5 Rand or 10 Rand. So that's another level of job creation. So a clever agent, the ones that's doing well, do it this way.
Yes.
So he's taking a little bit of his own money and give it to other people. On the next level, we start with recurring income.
Right.
So for the agency, because you've got more, maybe you want to set up a little container like Gustav was saying, you can start at least commit for electricity and telephones, so you can budget on that recurring income. And you also get another 15 Rand once off on top of the 30 Rand, but you can decide, you can give that 30 Rand, that 15 Rand also to the agent. It's really flexible, and that's what I also like about the system. You can set it up. What we ideally want to do is give people the same, so they don't talk to each other and you earn more than me.
Yes. So once again, if we take the example, ASAP, you sign up the first 100 people. For each one, you got 30 Rand. So that's 3,000. Then you become, then you have an agency, which means that if you sign up someone, then you will get 30 plus 15. Is that right? If you do it yourself. So you'll get 45 plus then your agents. They sign up people, they get 30 Rand, you get 15 for each one that they sign up. So you motivate your people, all our Timbakoza brothers, all of them, because man, we are fighting poverty here. We are serious about this. Enough of people suffering from hunger, and here is a way to get out of it. So you get the Timbakoza team, you start to, and everyone in Tembisa, they are mobilized, they start to sign up people, they get 30 Rand and each, and then you already get a recurring of how much a month 15. For each one.
The agency gets 15 recurring and 15 once off.
Okay, so for each agent that your guys have signed up, you will get 15 a month. So it means that there's a strong incentive for people to quickly become an agency.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because then they can start to have a recurring income. They can start to build a base. So you have 200 people signed up as an agency, then that's 3,000 a month that just comes in. You just have to maintain it. Imagine that. It just comes in. You sign up to, and every month it just comes in. You maintain them.
And then the last level on top of that is when you reach 1,000 clients, you can open a BDA. It's a business development ambassador. That's the highest level that you can get. Now on that level, I think it's 10 Rand once off. I'll just have to check my numbers, but what the idea is.
But that gives you the idea of what we are looking at.
The amounts get smaller and smaller, but your business gets bigger and bigger. But we want to reward the person on the ground that's doing the hard work for
Yes.
us. We don't want to take off all the cream on top, and the poor guy that's pushing the pen at the bottom gets nothing. So that's the whole idea. So the amounts on top, we work on volumes. That's what we can earn a good income.
So here we give everyone in Kingdom Global an opportunity.
Yes.
And those who live in the townships, actually, they have more opportunity because they might have more clients. People who live in more affluential areas, they might, again, go to someone who has farm workers or domestics or so on, and instead of paying cash, they will just pay into their accounts. So, but we want you, for example, ASAP, and Cheryl in Mabopane area, and so on, our different people in the different Tembi in Ekangala. We want them to get off the ground, start signing up people, get to that 100 level where they have an agency, work hard, continue growing it with our full support, and then become a BDA who have signed up 1,000. And then they've got a good, solid running business, and they provide employment for every person who really wants to work.
I think that one is very important because why? As you're talking about already, a lot of people from outside the country that are failing to have access to their money
Yes.
because of lack of a bank account. So this one is very easy for them if they can access it itself, by the way. And on the what do you call the insurance part of it and funeral cover, people that are failing to join insurance companies because they don't have enough money or they're not earning enough to pay. So that one is also an advantage for them as well. They can have access of
Yeah, yeah.
79 rand a month.
Absolutely.
So that one it carries all the benefits. Even if you maybe may have your own another account, but this one you're gonna also like it because why? You have access to insurance and funeral
Yes,
cover.
yes.
So the chances are very high here that.
And so on
Yeah.
that note, maybe the businessman around this table that's got the most entrepreneurial, experience or skills is Elias, because he's already had a taxi with a driver. He's got businesses running in Zambia, different businesses. As entrepreneur, what do you say about this, or what questions do you have?
First off, before I want to look at just maybe another input from. I've also looked at the SASSA situation. I don't know. We need to present this to the government again at a certain level. When it comes to SASSA,
Yes.
Yes,
If
the
I can
grants.
add to what you are saying, we are currently hoping, because Tanusha on our team
yes,
is introducing us to SADF, the South African Defence Force. They have 330,000 vehicles, and they are urgently looking for a card system. So we hope to be taking this to them. And so we are going to look both small scale but also big scale. ASAP, you might know someone, and this guy is paying cash to 100 guys a week. And we want to tell him, listen, we've got a safe way for you to answer it. So,
And this is the safest way.
yeah, this is the safest way.
So
Elias?
when it comes, one area why I'm talking about SASSA, especially for the Magogos, because I think in the areas of the Magogos, we have seen most of the advantage and is on the funeral cover, because these people in the villages, in the township, they don't. The majority on the SASSA are the Magogos, and despite the babies, but the Magogos do not have. They are looking forward to have this funeral cover
Yes,
benefits.
yes.
They are very expensive in these banks and other areas, and also it's quite a burden. And I think if we present it also to the government in the level that if someone signs up with, and I don't know if this technology, is it possible for someone to receive money for the grants into this account and then be able for them also to have a benefit, especially on the funeral cover.
The biggest problem with my surname is not Gupta. That's the biggest challenge that we have.
So that's changing, yeah.
It is possible, yeah. So money can be paid into this if you can get it, if you can get the right connections to do it.
Elias, on the big business side of things, we will still handle that separately. What we want to look at now is at that on the ground, the grassroots, so that we have a business model that can involve many people. Because any one of us who signs up a big company, we will make good money with that. Jaco signs up, you signs up someone, but we also want to look at providing a job opportunity, income opportunity to the masses out there, so that the guy who is stuck in Tembisa can't even get out because his documentation isn't right. He cannot fly back to Malawi and go and fix his documents. He's stuck there, so that he can start to get out of that poverty cycle, start to work himself up without even going out of Tembisa, because he can go to ShopRite, he can sign up the people, eventually become strong enough, and then he can start his own business, he can flourish, he can blossom, and he can start to dream again, fulfill the calling on his life, and stop worrying every day about survival. So we want to look at the business model that can get people really from zero off the ground in terms of their financial situation.
I have a question as well. If
Mhm.
you look at a funeral apartment, is there an age restriction when especially when he speaks about the gogos?
Yes. When you apply older than 18 and younger than 75 at this stage, we are working on that. As the book grows, then we can bring down rates and we can, but we have to make sure that